Hello, hi, very good evening to all. My name is Bhavana and our subject is Foreign Trade. This is for BCom first years in first semester for general students only. In yesterday class, we discussed meaning of the balance of trade, balance of payment, and what are the factors affecting the balance of trade, and also the components of balance of payments account. In balance of payments account, we see the pro forma of the capital account and current account. There is no combined pro forma of capital and current account. And today we are discussing disequilibrium in balance of payments. Our topic today is disequilibrium in balance of payments. Balance of payment account always equal means debit is equal to credit, but today we are discussing disequilibrium means debit is not is equal to credit. What are the reasons for disequilibrium in balance of payment? Today we are discussing. Let's see here. Disequilibrium in balance of payments. Introduction. Balance of payment is always equilibrium. Equilibrium means equal. Balance of payment account means for a debit is equal to credit in balance of payments. If autonomous receipts are less than autonomous payments, autonomous means including foreign also, receipts are less than payments, so then the balance of payment is in deficit, reflecting equilibrium in balance of accounts. What in real the debit is equal to credit, but due to some reasons the receipts is not equal to the payment, so there is a deficit. So we can say there is a disequilibrium in balance of payments. Balance of payments is different. Balance of payment is difference between the receipt form and payments to foreigners. Balance of payments is difference between. Why there is a disequilibrium means there is a difference between receipt form, we are receiving from foreigners, and paying to foreigners. We are receiving and paying by residents of a country. We are the residents of a country. We are receiving money from foreigners and we are paying to foreigners. So for that the balance of receipt is equal to payment, then we can say the balance of payment is in equilibrium. For example, we are receiving 10,000 but we are paying 8,000 only, so there is no equilibrium, it is a disequilibrium. Our receipts is more than payments, so we can say it is in surplus. When we are receiving 10,000 but we are paying 12,000, so we can say this is also disequilibrium, but there is a deficit. In first case there is a surplus in surplus of disequilibrium. In second case there is a deficit in equilibrium. There is a surplus or deficit in balance of payments. In balance of payments, there is a surplus or deficit. There is said to be a disequilibrium. There is a surplus also we can say disequilibrium. There is a deficit also we can say there is a disequilibrium. In balance of payments, that disequilibrium refers to imbalance of balance of payments. These are refers to that there is an imbalance. There is no balance in balance of payments account. According to the accounting terminology, the balance of payment are always equal. Due to these deficit or surplus, there may be a imbalance. We can say there is a disequilibrium. Balance of payment is always equilibrium. If autonomous receipts are less than autonomous payments, receipts are less than payments, then the balance of payment is in deficit, reflecting equilibrium in balance of payments. This reflecting disequilibrium in balance of payments. Then balance of payments is difference between balance of payments means is difference between the receipt from we are receiving and payment to receiving from foreigners and payment to foreigners by residents of a country. Residents means those who are living in the country. In income tax terminology, resident, there is a definition regarding to our residents. There is a surplus or deficit in balance of payments. There is a surplus or deficit in balance of payments. There is said to be a disequilibrium. We can say there is said to be a disequilibrium in balance of payments. This disequilibrium refers to disequilibrium refers to imbalance of balance of payments. Surplus means we are receiving more and paying less. Deficit means we are receiving less and paying more. For both these cases, we can say there is a disequilibrium. For this, with the balance are not equal, so we can say there is an imbalance in balance of payments account. Why there is an imbalance? Because of deficit or surplus, we can say there is an imbalance in balance of payments account. This is an introduction to balance of payments disequilibrium. Next, what is the concept of disequilibrium? Credit and debit are written balanced in balance of payments account. Already we discussed credit and debit. Both credit and debit are written balanced in balance of payments account. It may be a not remain balanced always. Sometimes it may be not balanced. Very often debit exceeds credit or credit exceeds debit. There is a chance of debit exceeds credit when debits is more than when compared to credit, and credit is more than when compared to debit, causing an imbalance in the balance of payments account. This only causes an imbalance. If credit exceeds debit or debit exceeds credit, they causes imbalance in balance of payments account. Such imbalance is called, we can say it is called disequilibrium. Credit and debit are written balanced in balance of payments account. These two terms are balanced in balance of payment account. It may not remain balanced always. Sometimes it may be unbalanced due to reason. Very often debit exceeds credit when the debit balance exceeds credit, or credit exceeds debit when the credit balance is more when compared to the debit, causing an imbalance. It causes the imbalance in balance of payments account. Such an imbalance is called, for such an imbalance we can say there is a disequilibrium, means there is an imbalance in account. So we can say it is a disequilibrium. Disequilibrium may take place either in form of deficit or form of surplus. Disequilibrium may take place in form of deficit or in form of surplus. Deficit means we are receiving less and paying more. Surplus means receiving more and paying less. Therefore, we can identify the following concepts of disequilibrium in the balance of payments. What are the disequilibrium of deficit? Disequilibrium surplus. Disequilibrium may take place either through deficit or surplus. Deficit means we are paying more and receiving less. Surplus means receiving more and paying less. These two are the conditions for balances are not equal. So we can say there is an imbalance in the account. For this imbalance, we can say there is a disequilibrium in balance of payments account. Disequilibrium of deficit, disequilibrium of surplus. Disequilibrium of deficit. The disequilibrium of deficit arises when our receipts from foreigners, we are receiving from foreigners, fall below our payments. For example, we are taking 15,000. We are receiving 15,000 from foreigners and paying 20,000. There is a deficit of 5,000. So we can say the balances are not equal. So we can say there is a disequilibrium of deficit. The disequilibrium of deficit arises when our receipts from foreigners fall below our payments. We are receiving 15,000 but we are paying 20,000 to the foreigners. So there is a deficit of 5,000. So we can say there is a disequilibrium of deficit. It arises the effect of demand for a foreign exchange. It not only arises the imbalance, it arises the effective demand. It arises the particular demand also. It arises the effective demand for a foreign exchange of a country. For demand exceeds its supply. Means supply is more and demand is less at a given rate of exchange. This is called unfavorable balance of payment. We can say there is an unfavorable balance of payment or disequilibrium deficit. In this case means here the demand is less when compared to supply. Supply is more and demand is less. We can say it is an unfavorable situation. Not only for receiving our payment, here the demand of the particular product or some service is also unfavorable. So we can say it is an unfavorable balance of payment or disequilibrium deficit. See, it arises the effective demand for a foreign exchange of a country exceeds supply. Means supply is more when compared to our demand at a given rate of exchange. What we are giving at the given rate of exchange, supply exceeds demand. This is called unfavorable balance of payments. We can say there is an unfavorable balance of payments or disequilibrium of deficit. These two reasons we can say there is a disequilibrium in deficit. What are the reasons? If that receipts is less when compared to payments, we are receiving 15,000, we are paying 20,000, the 5,000 is deficit, and also we are exchanging some goods. The demand exceeds supply. In this case also it is an unfavorable balance. So we can say there is a disequilibrium in deficit. And next, Disequilibrium in surplus. The disequilibrium of surplus arises when receipts of a country exceeds its payment. In this case, we are receiving 15k but we are paying 10,000 only. So there is a surplus of 5,000. We can say there is a disequilibrium of surplus. The disequilibrium of surplus arises when receipts of a country exceeds its payment. When a receipt exceeds its payment, such a situation arises when effective demand for foreign exchange is less than supply. Here the demand is more and the supply is less. In these two cases also we can say there is a disequilibrium of surplus. What are the two conditions? If the receipts is more than the payment. If we receive 15,000, we are paying 10,000, so there is a surplus of 5,000. And also we are exchanging goods from other country. The demand for the particular good is more compared to our supply. For based on these two conditions, we can say there is a disequilibrium in surplus. This is the termed as favorable balance of payments or disequilibrium surplus. In the above case, there is an unfavorable balance, but in this case, we can say there is a favorable balance of disequilibrium or disequilibrium surplus. These are the reasons for disequilibrium in balance of payments. What are the reasons? Disequilibrium of deficit, disequilibrium of surplus. Deficit, when the receipts is less when compared to our payments, we can say there is a disequilibrium of deficit. For example, we are receiving 15,000 but we are paying 20,000, so there is a deficit of 5,000. In this case, we can say there is a disequilibrium of deficit. And also while we are importing or exporting any other goods, then the supply is more when compared to our demand. For based on these two reasons, we can say there is a disequilibrium of deficit and disequilibrium of surplus. In which situation we can say there is a disequilibrium of surplus while we are receiving more and paying less. We are receiving 15,000 and paying 10,000, so we can say there is a surplus of 5,000. And also we are exporting some other goods. For the goods, the demand is more when compared to our supply. In this situation also we can say there is a disequilibrium of surplus. These two are the components for the unbalancing of balance of trade, that is we can say disequilibrium. Always the balance of payments are equal. Because of surplus or deficit only, the balance of payments is disequilibrium. Today we discussed the introduction. What is the disequilibrium in balance of payments? Balance of payment account is always equal. There are some reasons for disequilibrium. And what is the concept of disequilibrium? The disequilibrium concept means debit and credit should be equal due to some reasons that debit exceeds credit or credit exceeds debit. For that such imbalance we can say there is a disequilibrium. The disequilibrium may take place either in form of deficit or surplus. Therefore we can identify the following concepts of disequilibrium in the balance of payments, that is disequilibrium of deficit and disequilibrium of surplus. We see what is the disequilibrium of deficit in based on two conditions and disequilibrium of surplus. This is disequilibrium of deficit, we can say it is an unfavorable situation, and disequilibrium of surplus is, we can say it is a favorable situation. I hope you understand this lecture. If you have any doubts regarding today's topic or in the previous also, let me know. I definitely clarify your doubts. Thank you so much.